Hey Leo, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot and welcome to your May reading for love and career. We're going to start right away with your career and then we're going to move on to love. Make sure you stick around to the very end. That's when we get advice from tarot. If you'd like me to send you my good energy and prayers, and I encourage everybody else to chime in as well, say hi in the comment section or even slap an emoji on there if you're a little bit more shy. This is, and I'm stating this with my word and my intention, that this is a safe space for everybody. Everybody is welcome and no negativity can get in. And if it tries, it will just sift out like sand. Okay? All right. So career for May 2023 for my dear Leos. What do they need to know? So we're taking the general temperature. We take the cards that volunteer themselves and we read them the way they fly out. If that's in reverse, cool. If that's upright, cool. So you've gotten some perspective on something, possibly at a little bit of a cost. But that goes hand in hand. We've got the Hangman coming out. That's Piscean energy. And let me get a little bit. There was something that was stagnant here for a little while, but it's good news is it's making progress. But it was a project. It was like something new. We've got the Ace of Wands coming out, which is this fiery spark of possibility. And then it grew stagnant really quick. For whatever reason, all of you guys are living different scenarios. That could have been a job that wasn't getting funding. That could have been a partnership that the two people weren't seeing eye to eye. But either way, the good news is you're making progress. We've got the Three of Wands, which is the first card that flew out. And I feel that's a strong message for the whole thing, is that this is about expansion. Sometimes we get expansion and we see a bigger picture because we're forced to, because things aren't moving as quick as we'd like them or in the direction we'd like them to move in. And so it's a unique way to have gotten that perspective that was needed. But bottom line, we don't always have control of the details. We can't orchestrate all the details, but the blessing is that you've received the perspective needed to expand. Does that make sense? Well, let's get a little bit more for Leo's career, money. The Fool. God, I was just going to say, you guys. Yeah, this is a brand new journey. This is about expansion. There's a sense of waiting for the signs, waiting for the right moment, planning. It's almost like you're getting your energy, and this is a prepping energy. It's building pressure in a good way. It's building momentum. So it's not time for that ship to leave the harbor yet. Some things need to be put in place, but you're manifesting. You're getting committed to a plan, a new plan. May is going to be pivotal in the sense that it's like the sleeping, what's the word I want to say? I'm always going for a metaphor and then I can never remember a certain word. It's the sleeping month that is so important, you know. It might not be super showy on the outside, but this is the month where all those wheels and gears are turning. That's going to make your summer really blow up in a good way, okay? Knight of Cups. Who's this Knight of Cups? That's usually the energy of someone coming forward. Chariot, very fast. Feel that you are manifesting a partner in crime, somebody else in this. Maybe there's a sense that they are learning as well. This could be somebody who is maybe a little more sensitive, a little bit more. Let's find out a little bit more of this before I say anything. What's this card that wants to come out? Ten of Swords. All right, you guys. So I think there might have been even a past partner or somebody you were working with that for whatever reason, things needed to end. And this does have a past energy. It could be the reason why things came to a stop. And it could have been kind of that tough cost that we have to pay in order to get the needed wisdom, to get that perspective. And it feels like it's the fuel behind the expansion. It's the reason you've had to look at other options or recommit to a plan. That's the feeling. So what is the advice here for my Leos? Advice for my Leos. No one's going to stand in your way. Advice for Leos. We have the Eight of Swords, the Tower, and the Lovers. The Lovers in a career and love reading talks about a choice. That's what that card means. You are going to be stuck. And however this was previous and, March and April leading up to this moment, you are being stuck. And it feels like almost in a flight pattern. What are they called? You were just kind of stuck on autopilot. Like you guys weren't necessarily moving forward, and it could have been the other energy that was keeping you there. And something that was out of your control, something that's out of your control is changing it up for you to release you from that. What's this Page of Swords? Hierophant. What's this Hierophant and Page of Swords? You're going to get real clarity through communication. You're going to get unstuck. I think things are going to become very real and clear on what exactly is keeping you back. And you're going to be communicating and making choices to move forward past that. It's that feeling when I was shuffling the deck for advice just a minute ago when I said nothing's going to stand in Leo's way. It is that. Communication is going to get very real. Yeah. I think that this experience for you guys has shed a lot of light on where your boundaries lie, where your priorities lie. And I feel that professionally speaking, it's shaping you differently. And it sucks because I think there was a harsh ending attached to it. But sometimes the perspective, like I said, the expansion we need requires kind of tough situations. And this is something that feels like most of you guys have already been through the worst of it. You know what I mean? Like you guys are actually on the upswing where the expansion is going to start. Anyway, so we're going to do love now. Let's talk about love for I'm going to do that again. Love for Leos. Thinking Leos, but I'm funny that way. It's got to be said right. Love for Leos in May. We have the Nine of Swords. Love for Leos in May. Love for Leos in May. Guys are maybe experiencing some anxiety, maybe a sense of a little bit of loss or regret. What's this anxiety about? Who's this King of Wands in reverse? It feels like there's a little bit of disappointment in someone who is maybe a little bossy or domineering, little stuck in their ways. Now again, only take this if it resonates. Don't try to make it fit. But the Leos I'm talking to are kind of they're trying to change a situation. There's a little bit of a disappointment here. Things aren't what they seemed. And they would like to be able to change it because we're getting the Magician, we're getting the Page of Cups, we're getting the Page of Pentacles. That's all fresh energy. It's pages. And It's the Magician. Somebody feels that they could possibly change another individual here. And this other individual, whether this is you or the other person, somebody feels that they could change, someone who is maybe lacking motivation to change. They're stuck in their ways, like I said, maybe a little bossy. Yeah, and we've got Queen of Pentacles here, which is another energy. It's kind of down to earth. It's nurturing. It shows love, like this energy shows love by sometimes providing, financially providing gifts, or, like feeding you, or let me buy you some new shoes, let me help you with rent. Okay, so advice for our Leos in love. Advice in the month of May 2023 for our Leos. We have the Empress in reverse. Somebody here is off balance, being a little too controlling, and you're being called to listen to your intuition, High Priestess. About this Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a sense of disappointment that all you have is lost, but there's an illusion there because there's actually still only 3 of the cups are spilled and 2 are full. What about that Five of Cups? There's healing here. 6 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles. So now, the Justice card, things are about to be rebalanced. The way to find that balance and that healing in regards to this disappointment is through generosity. It's going to be through seeing another perspective. It's going to be taking a back seat. If you identify with somebody, with a person here, the King of Wands in reverse, being stuck in your ways, not being motivated to change too much, you're going to find peace, healing, happiness, and generosity. Interesting. Now, of course, that could be the other person. If that's the case, unpack the Empress for me, please. You're being called to listen to your intuition. There is something about... One sec. There's something about your ideal, making a choice between your ideals and something else, something new, and your intuition. Making a choice between your set ideals and what your intuition is saying is going to lead you down this path of healing and that karmic scale being balanced, and it's going to be much more positive, but it's going to be hard to make that choice if you can't listen to your intuition. So something is coming through intuitively. You're being asked to consider, and it's not how you might have painted the picture. And you're being beckoned by tarot to allow yourself to go there. Write it down if you need to. Maybe it's a pros and cons list. Maybe it's just, if I turned left versus if I turned right, and write those things down, that perspective. I can stick with my ideals, and this is where my bar is, and this is what I'm looking for. Or what is it that's trying to come through intuitively that maybe I haven't considered? That's just what the cards seem to be saying. Is there anything else we need to know for my Leos? 4 of Pentacles. The backing energy to kind of explain this away, that indecisiveness, the difficulty in this situation, is 4 of Pentacles. And this is the sign of kind of the miser, the hoarder. And what that's talking about in a relationship is like keeping your cards close to you. So somebody is just kind of keeping, it's a keeping yourself safe, not opening up, or in this case, it feels like holding priority to one's ideals. And if somebody's checking those boxes, and the danger in that is because sometimes it's a template, and we just take that template and we place it on this person and this person. Okay, this person's supposed to be my best friend, so I'm going to put the best friend template on them. This person's supposed to be my lover, so I'm going to put the lover template on them. Or this person's supposed to be my husband or wife. I'm going to put, you get it. And when we do that, we're severely limited in that relationship. So what you're being asked to do is, sure, take a look at the template and maybe what boxes do they check. Now take the template off. Who is this individual beyond that? And really consider it. And that's where magic happens for you in your relationship. All right, lovies, I adore you. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.